In this video, we're having a look at vehicles on opposite sides of the intersection who collide with each other as each vehicle turns towards the other in the intersection. This happens invariably where the intersection is slightly staggered. In this satellite image, we see that each of these side roads is at an acute angle to the main road, but in most cases the side roads would be at right angles or perpendicular to the main road, but a little bit offset from each other. Let's have a look at the animation and then we'll discuss a few points. There we go. So they turn towards each other and collide. Now this may be for a number of reasons. It could be that while they're waiting to enter the intersection, there are other vehicles that are traveling along the main road. So each driver eyes or attention are fixed on a vehicle that they're waiting to pass, and so they don't quite take notice of each other. So when the vehicle has passed through the intersection and they now enter the intersection, they collide because they're not quite aware of the presence of the other one. So that could be one of the reasons. We'll see in the real life clip to follow another reason why such a situation would take place. So notice here we've got an intersection, vehicles on that side of the intersection, another vehicle on this side of the intersection. The intersection's a little bit staggered, so not quite aligned with each other. So what happens here, let's just progress the video. This vehicle now starts entering the intersection, but realizes that there's a vehicle waiting to turn into the side road. So the driver of this pickup truck just hangs back a little bit, waiting for the driver to turn. This driver, on the other hand, is also waiting for this vehicle to turn into the side road. So his attention is fixed on this driver, not taking note of this other driver that's actually entered into the intersection. And we see what the result is. So a few points to pick up from this video. And that is, first of all, always look before carrying out a maneuver. And when I say always look, I mean immediately before carrying out the maneuver. So it doesn't help that the driver would have been waiting there on the other side of the intersection, had a look, not seen any vehicles in the intersection, and now thinks that it's clear to proceed. But the time between maybe him having had a look and seeing that it's clear in the intersection and the time that the other driver had passed into the side road, no doubt a few seconds had passed, and during that time, this other driver of the pickup truck had now entered the intersection. So if this driver had a look just prior to carrying out his maneuver, he could have avoided the situation. And not only in a scenario such as this is a general rule of thumb. Before you ever carry out a maneuver, always check. Because it doesn't matter, just to repeat the point, it doesn't matter that you had checked a few seconds ago to see that it's clear. No, you need to check just prior to carrying out the maneuver. And if you make a habit of this, you'll find that you can avoid many hazardous situations or perhaps even tragic situations. So try and force yourself into the habit that before you turn or you pull off or you stop, whatever maneuver it is that you're going to carry out, always check just prior to carrying out that maneuver. Please like, subscribe, and get notified.